super subscribers. How are you guys doing? It's great to be here. And tonight is a Christmas Q&A. You can ask me anything about Christmas that we do at my school. You can ask me things that teachers like for Christmas. Like, I'm going to ask you stuff as well. So, like, what's your budget? What's the school rules? What my personal rules are? And what are you doing for Christmas? Like, what's everyone wanting? What's like the latest thing? Everyone's like, I really want this for Christmas. So I've got lots of things to ask you. You've got stuff to ask me. It's an open Q&A forum. Ask me anything. Also, hit me up in the comments, and I might even make a video reply for this. So, Christmas is upon us, and you are going to see on my YouTube shorts this week or next week that I will be laying down a YouTube short on Christmas gifts for teachers and what it's like in different sectors and schools in England especially. So we've got like public and private schools, and then we have state schools. And for a matter of fact, I know this because I've worked in one of these schools, and also I've worked with some teachers in the past who told me what it's like. In private and public schools, I've known teachers to get cars for Christmas or at the end of the summer term. Whereas in a state school, you would not find that. Also, you'd have to declare it, and no doubt you would have to return it. In my opinion, and I want to make this really, really clear while most of you are in the live right now, in my opinion, I think it's really important to remember that from a state school kind of teacher, a card and a well wish of Merry Christmas is all I'd ever want. If I get anything after that, it's a bonus. And what I say to my students is do not spend more than £5, because I think it's just a lot of money for a lot of people, and you don't budget for that. And think of all the teachers you normally have to get stuff for. So, and where's it end? Because every teacher, then you're going to spend £3-4 on. It's a lot of money. Whereas you can get a nice card, you could buy one single chocolate bar, or just get like, put a quid in for the class that you're in for your tutor group maybe, and you could get something quite nice, like 30 people in the class times one, so it's 30 quid. So yeah, it's not a bad thing where someone goes out and gets a gift voucher. But in my opinion, I would not expect a gift from any of my students. And if any of them were trying to get me anything, I'd be like, look, don't spend anything more than £5, because we'd have to declare it. So that's my real opinion before you see my latest YouTube short, which is coming out possibly tomorrow or next week. But let's hear, that's what I think. Let's hear from you guys though. I'm getting the shades on. As you guys know, I'm not pretentious. I don't think I'm cool. I wear these because they are, what's the word? Prescriptions. And the length, the light I have is so bright, I'll just squint every time I get closer. So I do this and I can read your questions. So what is your opinion? What are you going to get your teachers for Christmas? Are you going to get them anything, or are you just going to get them a card or a well wish? Hi, Tommy. Let me read some. This is from Your Queen saying, hi, Tommy. A bit new, so not trying to be rude, but what's your age? You're not being rude at all. My age is 35. I know I look 20. Thank you so much. I thoroughly appreciate your comment. Hi, James. Andrea Holmes says, what are you getting your daughter for Christmas? What am I going to get my daughter for Christmas? Oh, I'd be telling. You might know her. You see, be careful. Be careful. I am going to get something. She's getting some nice things. So a person on a TV show she likes to watch a lot, so should we get something from them? But yeah, she's got some good gifts. Probably a lot of Roblox stuff. She's obsessed with Roblox. Okay, what are you saying? I'm trying to watch the I'm a Celebrity Coming Out show. Oh yes, it's on tonight, isn't it? I'd love to see. I might have to watch that back. TikTok or YouTube? Oh, it's got to be YouTube Shorts for me. I love YouTube Shorts. It's been fantastic for me over the last year. What a platform. I'm about to hit 1 million subscribers. I wonder if we're going to hit it before the end of the year. It's going to be close. I've got a feeling it's going to be on my birthday, which is January the 20th. And what a present that would be. Like 1 million subscribers on YouTube is not a bad flex as a teacher. But yeah, let's go into this. The other day, my class had no teacher for the entire lesson. Oh my God, that's like the luckiest thing in student world. As a teacher, that's frightening because you're thinking of like fire alarms and students being unattended and someone who has epilepsy. Anyway, we all look at it at different things, don't we? Someone had a roll of toilet paper and they were throwing it across the entire classroom. See, that's a class we ain't got to worry about, isn't it? Our school, GC, got found out and got detention. Ouch. Right, I'm scrolling through. This is from Lexley Pixty. Our school, GC. Oh, I read that. Alexa says, can you say hi to me? Hello, Alexa. I don't want to activate anyone's Alexa. Alexa, hello. Can you say hi to me? I did. I just did. Oh, what's that? That's a bit weird. Thought I heard something then. Do I like rugby? I love rugby. I like tag rugby. It's safer with my students. But yeah, I do like rugby. What else are we saying in the chat? So it's nice to do a bit of a Q&A. I always like with YouTube Shorts when you go live, you can see how long you're on for. It's quite good because I say come on for about 20, 25 minutes. So, wow, you guys are saying a lot tonight. Are you American or British like me? I'm British. I'm from Norwich, Norfolk, in East Anglia, East Coast, East Side of England. Do your students think you're cool because you have a YouTube account? My students, I do get a lot of respect for it. They're quickly over it when I say, right, let's just crack on. Because I don't talk about it at work because obviously I'm professional. And during like lunch breaks, I'll flex it if I need to. A lot of them want to be YouTubers and stuff, but I kind of teach them like the main thing in life is to get yourself a job. And if you want to do like become a YouTuber content creator, then you could do it on the side as long as it's not going to affect your job. And yeah, so get yourself a job, get the grades under your belt, get everything, get this in order, and then worry about YouTube and things like that on the side. And if it does work, then grab it, go for it. And if it doesn't, you've got your job to fall back on. So I always teach them that, and they're like, "Oh, fair enough." Mason says, "Do you make money for teaching or YouTube? Do I make like more money from teaching?" I can't answer that. I have an agency called the Gold Studios. They're wonderful. They get me commercial ads. I've done 1 or 2 on YouTube, a few on Instagram, and quite a few on TikTok. So that's where I kind of really make my bacon. But no, teaching is my life, 5 days a week, and I love it. And I would never trade that in for things like, unless I was on I'm a Celebrity, I'd leave. I do the lessons for 4 weeks from the celebrity jungle. What school? I can't say what school. Do I like teaching? No, I don't actually. I love it. It's brilliant. We were making Christmas centerpieces today, made out of wood, obviously, that's been chopped up, and adding all these things on top. It was awesome. Seeing my students being able to, sand it down, paint it, and then treat it, and then add all the Christmas kind of look to it using glue guns and stuff. They were marvelous today. I'm just so proud of my boys and girls. They're doing really, really well. But yeah, absolutely, those moments are priceless. And they made about like £200 from doing it, and it cost us nothing. So we sold them £10 each. So I'm back, Tom. It's me, Laura. Laura, hello. Thank you so much for joining us. It's nice to have new people perhaps on the show. The Crazy Days is speaking as well. They're saying, does your head teacher allow your YouTube channel, and does he or she let you do it in the school? Yeah, so they don't mind it at all. They're very much aware of it. I use blank canvas backgrounds. I do a lot of my YouTube TikToks at home now. So if it was ever a problem, I'd be able to set my studio up there. If you notice, some of my best videos are now being done at home. Like I've done ones about Bulldog. I did that in my back garden. So it varies. I've used a green screen tonight for something I've uploaded on TikTok. So, and it'll be on YouTube soon. So yeah, so kind of things like that you will notice. But I use a blank canvas in my school, and but they're fully aware about what I do. They love it. I'd never go over the mark. I never say anything controversial, and that's something you need to remember. If you were doing social media, you do need to be thinking about that when you are doing certain professions. You'll never see me rant on a video, moaning about teaching. I don't believe in doing that. I don't think anyone needs to hear teachers moaning about how they're feeling in their career. There's a lot of people who do that already, so I don't need to fill that void. I have respect for teachers who come on here and voice their opinions. I'm not slating them at all. But when I do my YouTubes, my TikToks, my Instagram Reels, I want to make it happy, fun. I got a message the other day, and I've kept it. It's on my TikTok message, and I don't ever reply to my messages because of e-safety, being a teacher. But I kept this message because it actually really meant something. And it said, like, you've restored my faith in school. I've been struggling, but you've reminded me of the good things about school. And literally, that's what the account is for, to just say, look, we can have a laugh about things. Like I did a YouTube reel, it's coming to you soon, about what it's like when you're in like year 3 or 4 or kindergarten, whenever they like taking you to the swimming pool. It's like, come on, and you're standing in the cold, you're like, oh my god, this is awful. And it's just having a bit of light fun about it, and school trips, and what it's like sitting on the benches in year 6, and school dinners, and the lollipop man or lady help you cross the road. It's all those nice things. Anyway, good question though. And my students follow me, my students' parents follow me, and the head teachers and all my bosses follow me. The safeguarding to everyone, because they keep a good close eye on things. So it's all monitored. That random Bahappy, I think it says, what grade do I teach? So I'm a SEN teacher. I can't say specifically the ages, but I'm a SEN teacher, so special educational needs. Really appreciate your question though. Hi Tom, what do you think about um Andre Broughton dying to? Oh my God, I was. Is that the guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine? Is that the guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine who passed away? Because that really did upset me this morning. I was like waking up and I was like, "Are you seriously? The guy from Brooklyn Nine-Nine passed away. He was only 61. I mean, come on. We've got all this money and technology, and we can't just save these people's lives." And he's just such a great actor as well. If someone were to walk in, do they just see you slightly dim room with the light from the computer phone or talking to a screen? No, 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 they don't. I make my videos way at the end of the day. We're talking 5:30, 6 when everyone's gone home, out of respect for my hours, my job, and I never make them in the mornings or at lunchtimes because we've got to be on the ball. What's this? I've got a teacher who hates kids, and shout out, please, Maya Smith. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, some people you feel like, did they want to become a teacher because they don't like children? I'm like, maybe there's some funny people in the world. I don't think they hate kids. Perhaps they hate the way the students are acting up, and it could just be that they get a bit tired from it. Do your pupils like a Radnor, Splash, Fizz, and What do you do on inset days? Wham, Whame, sorry, 11. Great question. So it's Suzo is another brand that people like to use in schools. Radnor Fizz is very popular. Um, we've got a really good plethora of like drinks in our canteen, our cafeteria. So you can imagine we've got a good variety. Haven't got Mountain Dew, which is like one of my favorite ones, but obviously in a school would not be a good thing to have because the sugar levels. But when I worked in America, I just lived off Mountain Dew. It's really bad for you in that sense to drink too much. But I do like the taste of it. It's very good. What is the other thing I was going to say? Whereas like Suzo and Radolf Fizz, I think they're like ones that pass a certain criteria in school. So yeah, they do. And what was the other? What do we do on inset days? Well, we do training. We call it CPD. And we do training, and we sometimes go over our books or tidy our classrooms. We do stuff. We don't just sit there playing computer games as much. I'd love to. I used to think, because my dad used to be a head teacher, my sister's one now, and I used to think, what do they do on insert days? And I used to go in, and my dad would literally like taking blue tack off a display and then going to a meeting and then preparing another lesson. I was like, man, they actually do stuff. It's me just thinking they're just having a lie-in the morning. Hi Tom, what class do you teach? Maths, technology. I don't teach those. I teach dance drama. So I'm an SEN teacher, special education needs. So I work with students like with autistic students, sorry, I should say, ADHD, like myself, dyspraxia, students they might have Down syndrome. So anyway, Down syndrome student, I should say. I teach dance and drama. I teach sports, communication, confidence, for literally what it says on the tin. Conservation works. We go outdoors. Travel training. So all kind of things that help grow in confidence and gets team building, communication, and gets them thinking about their vocations they want to do or retaking their GCSEs and just giving that little boost they need. I can't say what grade it is. This is from a fella. Like really Mardy because she's pregnant with my best friend's maths teacher. I wish you were my teacher. There's so much information in that. Can I ask, is the teacher that got a pregnant a PE teacher? It's always a PE teacher and the English teacher, isn't it? It's like the male PE teacher has to date the English teacher. I don't know why that works, but it just does. And that's why I do those YouTube reels. And I sometimes think YouTube shorts, because people love that. Like, yeah, my history teacher got with my geography teacher. I'm like, that shouldn't be happening. That's a dangerous combination of sociology right there. Hey Tom, has anyone recognised you, and have you been to Aussie? I've not been to Oz. I'd love to. If not, you should visit. I was born there. It's amazing. I'd love to go to Australia. I'd love to do celebrity jungle. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here just to prove that I could, do the extreme part of Australia. I'd love to go to Oz. I do get recognised because of YouTube Shorts. And I have 2.4 million on TikTok, and I do get spotted on from TikTok, but it's amazing. I get really spotted more from YouTube Reels, which is a YouTube Shorts. Why do I keep saying Reels? YouTube Shorts, and that's really made me a bit not famous. I'm not stupid here. I'm a teacher. I'd say I'm a content creator, and I'm a popular kind of more noticeable figure around Norwich. So yes, I do get recognised. My colleagues and my students do love it. So sometimes we walk from the riverside, and we will come back and we'll walk around the city from like the bus depot or whatever, doing our travel training. And some schools around the area will recognise me and go, you're the teacher from TikTok, or from YouTube, you're teacher Tommy T. And I'm like, hey, doing? My students like, yeah, he's our teacher. Like, what's up? What do you want? Do you want an autograph? Back away, yeah. So yeah, it's fun. It's a bit of a weird one, but yeah, I like it. I'm British. What are you? I'm a human. I am British. Part Norwegian, though. Part Norwegian. So a bit of Scandinavia in me. So, I mean, I wouldn't ever say I'm 100% British. I don't even know what that is anymore. So I'd say I'm a European, probably. European, bit of Viking. I don't know, a bit of French. Um, please answer I'm autistic. Well, thank you, Paul. Thank you so much for saying that as well and being so open and honest about that. Good for you. Teach Tommy T, hey, the Galicia Cat Beach 3 in here. I'm upset. Horrible day. Got called a furry for wearing a tail because I'm Thurian. Please read and think. Yeah, I mean that's an interesting one. How people, I think it's amazing that you express yourself in that sense. It's very difficult though because some people just don't understand, do they? They just don't understand. They don't get it. Maybe it could be a learning curve for your teachers to maybe do a CPD where they could teach the children about it more, and you could maybe present it and say, "This is actually who I am." If you felt brave enough to do so, and then educate people a bit more and say, "Look, you don't have to bully me," and go from there. So yeah, like I wish you all the best with that, and that can be really tough. But hey, do you know what? When you get to my age, your filter just is like kicks in. You just don't care. And I really hope that you overcome those people because you're bigger and better than them. That's what you need to remember. If you don't mind answering, I don't. AFK Finn, it's they've put here, if you don't mind answering, at is not like personal information. What schools do you teach at in Norwich? I live close, so I might know. So I would never say the schools I teach at. A lot of people like have seen me around, and they're really respectful not to say where I'm from. Thank you so much for the £5, by the way. Who was that from? Um, What's the weirdest kid? What's the weirdest question a kid's ever asked you? I will answer your question, Tumbleflop, because you've put that right in there, so I have to answer that one. Thank you so much. I can see your comment really clearly. Thank you so much. £5. Well, thank you so much. You don't have to do that. But I'll tell you what, though, guys, it does pay for the Kahoot subscription I put in. We played yesterday. It's like about 100 quid. So thank you so much. It really does help. My students are loving it as well because we're getting some really decent Kahoots from it. So there was a question, and I'm now just completely gone. So I've worked in lots of schools around Norwich and Norfolk, but obviously out of my students' respect and the school's respect, I will not say. But a lot of people know where I work and they're really respectful about it, including my students, because they're desperate to go, oh, he goes to this school, and that they don't. They just tell their mates, but it's like, yeah, they're told, yeah, but you can't say. What's the weird? So the question here from Tumbleflop is, what's the weirdest question a kid ever asked you? I've got to really think about that one. You put me on the spot there. Weirdest question a kid. I've been asked like who would win in a fight, those kind of questions. Do you guys know what I mean by that? You can prompt me with some of the questions like who would win in a fight? Like 1,000, 1,000 John Wicks versus like 5 Jackie Chans or something like that, and I'm like, I've no idea. And I get asked questions like all the time. A weird one is like, how much money do you make on YouTube? Like, could you quit your job? I get asked that a lot. I'm like, no, I don't. Like, I don't do that kind of stuff. Like, oh yeah, I'm like, it's a very generous donation, but I'm like I'm gonna quit now tomorrow. I get asked lots of things, but like, I don't want to say it's weird because it comes from an SEN student, because that would sound offensive. Like from a mainstream, or sorry, what would you say, a neurotypical student, perhaps I would take on the strange questions. Like I think once I got asked, like, do I prefer using stairs or a lift? I felt that was strange at the time. Maybe it's the way it's worded. Have you ever heard a student say a random question? It might prompt me to think back and things I've been through, but have you ever heard a student ask a teacher something random? Let me know in the comments, and it'll probably trigger me to think some more. Pineapples belong on pizza. Oh, that was a weird one. A student said that they liked pineapple on pizza, and I was like, oh, bless you. You're clearly having some problems there. Pineapple should never, ever be on a pizza topping, ever. So what else? Thank you so much for your question. It's me, Peter F from Kahoot last night. Hello, Peter. Any tips for managing ADHD in high school? It would be appreciated. Mimi Day, thank you so much for your question. That is, wow, my goodness, what have you said there? Thank you for answering. I'm autistic, so also thanks for putting up with some of the stuff we do sometimes. Don't ever apologize ever like that again. I'll get cross with you for that. If it was asked, yeah, funniest Kahoot name. Right, listen, the fact you're autistic makes no difference to me. You all have, everyone has funny quirks. So neurotypical people have really weird quirks just as much an autistic student does. um, I don't put up with my autistic students, they have to put up with me. They definitely are very like, I get autistic students and ADHD students are like, whoa, can you just like calm down? And I'm like, right, that's coming from you. Right, okay, I need to listen to that then. So I appreciate you guys listening to me and putting up with me. I blooming love it. I never thought I'd be able to work in Sen. I looked at students in the past in Sen. I'm just being very truthful with you guys, going, my God, I just don't know how I'm going to be able to teach these kids. Like, oh, this doesn't feel right. Why do they keep responding this way? Why is that one doing that? And then I just said, right, I've got to have a go at this. And I started talking to an autistic student, and I realized instantly they had the similar things that I liked, and some certain quirks and things that annoyed them triggered me, and icks they had were my icks. I was like, actually, you just got to relate to people. That's all you got to do, and they got to trust you. The best thing, I think, someone's asked about ADHD as well. So I have ADHD, and I think it's talking to your teachers really carefully and sitting down together and say, look, certain things trigger me and certain things I'm going to need. So it could be that you're a person that for after about 25 minutes or half an hour work, you just need to go for 5 minute walk around your school corridor, or you just need to stretch and walk around the classroom without distracting people. It could be a fidget toy. You know, Miss Bench, we all know Miss Bench, she's wonderful. She's got all these fidgets, the ones that don't make too much sound. You probably, with ADHD people, everyone thinks we're trying to make noise to get attention. It's not always that case. We're trying desperately not to overpower things ourselves. It's very difficult, isn't it? And I'm not an expert on ADHD, by the way. And there are some brilliant psychologists and you should speak to, or your GP and your students and family. But I'd say, yeah, I think talking to your teacher and saying, look, this is me, this is what I have. I'm genuinely being serious about this, and what can I do? Can I have a couple of minutes walk? Can I have like a bottle of water with me? Just things like that. I don't know. And this is way before medication's ever spoken about, because I always think that's the next stage if it isn't working, all those kind of strategies. And you know, that's with you, your GP, and your parents. Also, a lot of you should have EHCPs, educational healthcare plans, which can actually help you with things like that. So yeah, I wish you all the best with it. It's not easy though. I totally am with you. I used to make so much noise with ADHD. I'd bite my nails, I'd bite pens and get ink all over me. I was a left-hander, so I'd smudge my work. I would like fiddle with things all the time. We didn't have those things. I sound really old, but we didn't have those things back then. Do I like Taylor Swift? I love Taylor Swift. So yeah, and to my autistic crew, big yourselves up. You're amazing, absolutely amazing. I'm not saying that in a cliche way. Detona, Tommy, please answer my question. Do you play any video games in your spare time? And if you do, what type of games? Right, so great question. My favorite game of all time is Red Dead Redemption 2. I love Red Dead Redemption 1, but Red Dead Redemption, whatever it's called. Red Dead Redemption 2, though, it's like one of my favorites. The Last of Us is just sick. I love it. I love FIFA. I like classic games. They're like Super Mario. Mario Kart as well. We like that cooking game on Nintendo Switch as well, where you've all got to walk around and make food real quick. I love that game. My daughter, cooperative games. I love games like Tekken 2, Tekken, all the Tekkens, Mortal Kombat, but mainly Tekken. Overcooked, it's called Overcooked. Sorry about that, folks. Overcooked. Grand Theft Auto, I could just lose myself in. There's meant to be a mission done, but yet I'm just spending hours fighting random people on the street. I don't know what that's about. So yeah, I lost a lot of my childhood to Grand Theft Auto. I'd just like to say that. I want my money back. I loved it. I want my life back. Have you ever had? Yeah, but the thing is, I like spawning the hydras, just like blowing them up. It's great. Have you ever had to like teach embarrassing subjects? Yeah, no, I have. You say embarrassing, right? But I get straight in with the nitty gritty. I just say all the things. We have a little laugh, and I go, right, we're done, and then we get into it. I have had those moments where we have a laugh, and like when my favorite one is where you're like labeling certain parts of the body, and the students will come up to you and go like, so where does this go? I'm like, show me where you think. They're like, they point there. I'm like, no, it doesn't go there. And you can have a laugh, and you go, right, guys, come on. It doesn't go here, does it? I don't mind them. I'd say the best thing to do as a teacher, if a teacher was doing this, is have a confidential kind of like box where all the students have to write something about the lesson or something they didn't understand or something that they'd like to learn about. They fold it up, they put it into the box, you shake the box up, and when they come back after break, you read out some of them. You obviously read them first, with no names on them. So you just go, right, someone's put here that. And then you ask, and the things that students ask, like, what does this mean? What is this position or whatever? And yeah, we have a bit of a laugh about it because we've got to normalize the situation. If you address it with laughter, then everyone's like, oh, okay, well, they're laughing. That's good. I got all that out of the way. And then we can have a serious conversation. Next comment. So next question. Do a block it. I have done one. I did Kahoot last night. We'll do another Kahoot tomorrow, I promise. Thank you so much for the donations tonight, guys. That's amazing. I have a friend with ADHD autism. I'm missing your question, Lane. Is there anything I should know about ADHD and autism? Ask them. Say, tell me about your autism. What's that like for you? Because to explain what autism is, it means you're only describing one type of person, perhaps. It's so cliche to this, but there are so many different types of autism. It's ever evolving. There's all loads of different ways in which one autistic student processes to another autistic student. One autistic student could walk into a shopping centre with no issues. They could go in, buy stuff, have a laugh, leave. Whereas another student could be overstimulated with the lights, the smells of like the food, the lights that are coming at them, like, you know, neon signs. They actually hear the lights, some of my students, so they have to have ear defenders or sound reducing things. Smells, tastes, and the feel of a shopping centre, the space, the unknown, the change of people, the overwhelmingness of how many people are there. So that's just two types of autistic students we've described right there. But then you could have people who are really worried about escalators and like, oh my God, don't like an escalator. And you've got others who are like, don't like lifts. People don't like stairs. So there's so many different types. The best thing to do if you have got someone who's in your friendship who is autistic, you could just politely say like, so you're autistic, awesome. Tell me about your autism. What certain things trigger you, or what things don't you like or do like? What your sense, you know, ask them, and they'll be actually quite stunned that you'd actually dare to ask them that. But also they'll be like, wow, they actually care about me. Because you need to know like what triggers someone if they've got autism. That every autistic person has a trait that's going to be like, oh, that really makes me feel uncomfortable. So yeah. Sold my lungs for this. LRWR, what are you doing? Do not do that. We don't want that. You look after those lungs. If I could give that buck, I would. Any tips? That's my lungs. Well, thank you so much for the donation. Why would you give that? You should ask yourself that. Clearly, I've done something right, and we do appreciate that. But sold my lungs for this. What a comment to read out. I hope that was worth it. Hi, Tommy. I go to a grammar school, and I really wanted to ask you if I should pick technology or Latin. I'm doing tech. I'm your favourite student from Lancashire. Lancashire. All hail, Jamie Dodgers. Oh, hey, Jamie Dodgers. Yeah, nice. Love a bit of Jamie Dodgers, don't we? Oh, we're getting some sports news here. Hang on, I'm just checking my sports news. No, it hasn't come through yet. Do you know what? I can't answer that for you because only you can. I think, again, it's one about sitting down with friends who are perhaps doing the course like now and finding out, was it worth doing? What the course is like. Would they recommend it? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, CFH. Thank you so much. That's extremely kind of you. And what was your question? We'll read that in a minute. Can you do like an American accent? Oh, of course I can. Thank you so much. I thoroughly appreciate like everything you just did there. I'm an egg. No, you're an egg. I'm not an egg. You're an egg. Dude. Awesome. Oh my God, like totally whatever, you know? So like what I was saying is like, if you want to do technology, go for it. You want to do Latin, go for it. You got to sit down, find out for the people who've actually studied those classes and like say like, are they worth it? Like, were they really good? Did your, like, what are the exams like? What are you going to do with that qualification, you know? And yeah, so basically, you know, like whatever. Okay, I don't know why I'm doing that. Rah, cool, brilliant. I'm back. I'm Boris there. Hello, we're back. You do Latin, or you could do technology. It's entirely up to you. Future is technology, but obviously some people need to speak a bit of Latin too, which is a good bit of dialect. So yeah, do whatever you feel is right for you. Where are you going to go with it? Right, guys, I'm off. It's been great chatting with you. And can I just say thank you so much for the kind donations. Guys, seriously, what is with all this? There's just no need for that. Thank you so much. It's been a great Q&A. Please drop your questions in the comments and I will have a look through them and I will see if there's some like general questions I haven't answered. I hope you're getting to know me a bit more though. I'm a SEND teacher. I'm from Norfolk. I teach dance and drama. I work with autistic students. I work with students with ADHD. I work with loads of different students with different SEN issues or anything like that. I teach sports. I teach conservation outdoors. We teach forest school. I teach a lot of things, PSD and communication skills. And I teach travel training. So that's me, Teacher Tommy T, right here. And we're about to hit 1 million subscribers. Come on. Come on. Can I do it? Be one of the first teachers from Norfolk to do that. I don't think any teacher from Norfolk's ever done that. 2.4 million on TikTok. 180,000 on Instagram Reels, 1.3k on Facebook. We're working on that. And on YouTube, 950,000 subscribers ish. I think I'm about 950. We'll round it to the nearest 10, shall we? We're nearly there. Tell your mates about Teacher Tommy T. Tell your teachers, tell your head teacher. And who knows, we might hit 1 million on maybe New Year's. Who knows? Or maybe January. January 20th would be my birthday. Amazing. Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for the donations. Thanks for a lovely chat. Please look after yourselves and check out my latest YouTube Reels right now. Hit me up in the comments and let me know your reactions to all of them. Take care, guys. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.